Are ready to do battle between the New Orleans Saints and the Atlanta Falcons. It's an Indian summer afternoon, perfect conditions for football, and off we go on EA Sports. Takes this about 5 yards deep. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. Chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Out on the edge, you love to have cornerbacks like that that can bring him down to the run game.
And you're also exposed to everyone. It really becomes a one-on-one play, doesn't it? You're out there by yourself on the edge. The best ones know how to make the play, and we just saw an example of it right there.
On 2nd down, Cook. He'll have a 1st down past the 40. And finally brought down right at the midfield stripe. A 1st down there on a pickup of 25.
That's a nice run right there, able to get to the outside. And so many times defenses say, okay, we've got you hemmed in. But if you're running the football, at least you know where everyone is coming from. You don't have to worry about the backside at all. That allows you to run with a little bit more confidence as you traverse down the field.
Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. A good rally to the football keeps him to only a yard, and it's 2nd down.
Brandon, you know this is going to be discussed because this is the fear of all the backs when they run this type of a route. They've got to find the football, and sometimes they don't see the defender. And in this case, he took a pretty good shot for his efforts, but give him credit, able to hold on to the football.
They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. Well, for that being an option play, there really weren't too many options available for him, were there?
No, there weren't, and at least he was able to get back to the line of scrimmage, so they didn't lose anything, but you're exactly right. Nowhere to go.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. He's going to fire one deeper. He's got it at the 15. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. The previous play, they barely got back to the line of scrimmage. Now they pick up over 30 yards. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. And he's got it. Touchdown, Saints. Adam Troutman, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Saints take it right down the field and score on the opening drive. And it's good as the Saints have a 7-0 lead.
The score is Saints 7, Falcons 0. Will Lutz to kick off for New Orleans.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. Taking it about the 1. And he'll get to the 30-yard line before going out of bounds.
Over 1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. And they want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a 1st down.
5-yard line.
The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already. They'll throw this out wide and complete it to Ridley. And he goes out of bounds. It looks like right at the 50. 5 yards on the catch there. Brings up second down. With these run-pass options, we often talk about a good quarterback and running back. Well, having a talented wide receiver helps also.
Yeah, even coming in third in the discussion, sometimes that means he really should be first, because all you want to do is get the ball in their hands and let them make the big plays downfield.
Hands it off out of the gun. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. It's a first down on a gain of 10. Last week, of course, the great performance, over 200 yards. He still wants to be fed.
And they should. That's exactly what you should do. I have not yet met a running back that's run for over 200 yards that says the very next week, hey, let's back things up.
Yeah, I don't need it as much.
No, they want it more and more. They're going to be ready to go because they think that's going to happen naturally now.
On first down, it's gone. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
That's what you're going to need to do against those big receivers. You got to get in there and get physical with them. That time he got in close, got in tight, and knocked the ball away.
So second down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. Gone. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. And you know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys coming off of the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. Losing 4 yards that time, and now it's 4th down.
That's a nice clip and save sequence there defensively because they did everything as they would have wanted to. They forced the 3rd down, blanketed the field with coverage, nowhere to go with the football, forced the dump off to the back, and even then they closed quickly and got him down behind the line of scrimmage. You name it, they did it well in that last sequence.
And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. Look, they're on the road. So getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road, taking the crowd out of the game. It'd be ideal.
The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Cook. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going, and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards. But also like what Jordan's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
I know flashy plays, splashy plays, as people like to call them, that attracts a lot of attention. But let's face it, when you're efficient, that can control a ball game. And I love the game plan they've got going right now.
Back-to-back 5-yard gains. Didn't force the ball downfield, picked it up on the ground.
The offensive line, they're getting it done.
It'll be a Saints first down on a gain of 16 yards.
A gain of 16 yards. First down
from Falcon territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 43. And they're going to stop it right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. The Saints with the football here to begin quarter number 2 as they've got it with a 2nd and 10. On second down now, it's Cook. And pretty good running as he'll be close to a first down at the Falcons' 34. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
And it's 3rd down.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. He's got his tight end, David Njoku. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. Forget the run on 3rd and 1. They shock the D and rip off a pretty big play. Back to throw here. And he is caught at the 7-yard line. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. That'll bring up 2nd and goal after the gain of 5.
It's interesting because when I'm watching college football and I'm evaluating guys for the draft now, my list of fullbacks, pure fullbacks, it's a very short list. I'm probably evaluating more punters and kickers now than I am fullbacks, but it doesn't matter what you call a position, it's who you put there, and there we saw completion.
Takes it across and into the end zone. Touchdown, Saints.
Touchdown.
Dalvin Cook, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Saints now add 6 to their lead.
There's not much that's perfect in football, but that's about as close to it as you're going to get. Score, force a punt, score again.
And both drives were impressive. The opening drive was, that last one was. Now on the other side, though, what's your psyche? You're really behind the 8 ball.
You got to make sure you just hold in there. Survive the early storm, relax a little bit, and try and get back to your game plan. It's way too early for panic.
Now this will make it into the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
At their own 18-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive, but at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer, and make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still 2nd quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here.
This is the ball carrier.
Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Well, the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back there and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And this carry not as productive. He's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down.
No gain on the play. Brings up 3rd down and 5.
Now a handoff as they run left side. And not much room to operate as he'll get this up only to about the 41. Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll mean a call to the punt team as it's 4th down.
It's 4th down.
So they're going to come to the line here, and it appears trying to go for it on 4th. They're going to go for it. It's gone. And this is going to be incomplete. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Saints are going to get it back and in great shape.
On down.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack. Tack McKinley in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
Second down.
Now following the sack, they'll come up here on a 2nd down and 12. A give. This is Cook. And nothing doing here as this time the run maybe gets him back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. Maybe a gain of a yard that time, but yeah, from the spot, actually no gain. So 3rd and long. And for the Falcons, 5 men in the secondary, now on 3rd. They'll set up to throw. That'll be complete to Cook. And he can only manage to take this thing to the 38, well shy of the 1st down. 5 yards, not enough, and it'll be 4th down.
They dialed up the screen pass on 3rd down, and for a second it looked like it was all going to come together. They had a chance to pick up a 1st down, but the defense got there and finished it off.
And that is no good. And this score will stay right where it is. Now listen, now no kick from 50-plus is a gimme, but here you're indoors in a dome. You'd think ideal conditions.
Yeah, and it's one that he would expect himself to make, not just us expecting him to make it. Over the years, my theory is very simple. The athletic ability of kickers continues to get better and better. Check their backgrounds. They were all county, all state, at other positions, not just soccer players. These guys expect themselves to be great as well.
And he's going to take this across the 50 and into Saints territory. Give him 7 yards on the carry, and it will take us to the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes to play, 1st half. It's 14-0. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our 1st half, as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, that's almost a tendency breaker.
Right back to him on 1st down. And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
32-yard line.
Now, Brandon, that's the way you want to run the football. There should almost be quote bubbles above the offense right now. Bam, boom, bim. That's how they feel good about moving the football.
And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead him to 3rd down.
Brings up.
Brandon, we talk all the time about those hybrid players, guys who can do more than one thing. And I think if you're playing strong safety in the NFL today, you are a true hybrid. Part linebacker, part cover guy. And
coming up, sticking his nose in the mess there and making a nice play defensively. A couple extra tight ends in the formation here as they line up 3rd and 2. Ito Smith, his 1st carry. And he's able to pick up the 1st before he's taken down at the 27. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their 1st, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. And now here's a carry heading left. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
The Falcons going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the 1st half.
Now that's the way to do it. Hand it to someone with vision and good footwork, and add in a little bit of power, and you find a way to pick up 1st downs.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
In my humble estimation, terrific work there defensively. Running backs trying to get wide, get to the sideline, and they beat him to the spot, forced him out of bounds, pretty close to the line of scrimmage.
Now a handoff as they run left side. Give him 3 yards, and now they're left needing a conversion here on 3rd and 6.
Gain of 3.
So it's 3rd and 6, and this will be the 8th play of the drive. And now here's a carry heading left. And he won't have the touchdown, but he will have the first down as he's tackled at the 2. Falcons going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. This is 1st and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. They'll try to run this one in. And he will take it in for a Falcon touchdown. A great play there as the first half is winding down. And the Falcons have cut it to within a score. The way this one was going, you just got the sense they needed something before half. They've at least got something on the board now. Still trailing, but a good sign.
That takes me back to our preseason tour of NFL camps. You remember we talked with that one coach who said his emphasis this year was scoring in the last 2 minutes of a half, heading into the locker room. This hits it right there. Take that momentum, take that good feeling, and take the locker room, regroup, and start over. They got it here.
They did indeed. A lot of football, a full half to be played. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to.
And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes. Now the timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Looking here for Smith downfield. And this is incomplete with a clock showing just 3 seconds left.
Incomplete from the contact.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. They'll throw now on the final play. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, it'll be Falcons football, and they trail here as we get back underway on EA Sports. And this carries into the end zone. The decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works.
32-yard line.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Here's a handoff out of the gun. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. After seeing that, maybe time to go back to some downfield throws here.
Yeah, anything. Change it up, because the teams that win, the best teams, they're the ones that make adjustments. Doesn't mean you can't come back to what you thought you could get done. Sometimes when you open things up a little bit, you can get back to what you wanted to do before.
On 2nd and 11 now. Goff got his man. That's the Pro Bowler Julio Jones. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards. So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 47. From the gun, he'll hand this off. Tackle is made by Cameron Jordan.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
From the 45 on 2nd down. Goff, open receiver, that's Hayden Hurst, the tight end. 19 yards the pick up there. Move the chains.
It is fun to watch the big man work the middle of the field. How about that post route there? Did an excellent job of getting his head around to look the football in and gain significant yardage.
Now a 1st down throw. Gone. Oh, it's a screen pass. It's complete. He is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. A great effort there. He scored on the ground and through the air. Well, the Falcons are an extra point away from tying the football game. And we've got a good one brewing. We're all knotted up at 14.
Ties the game at 14. Dustin Hopkins set to kick off.
Nothing separating these two teams on the scoreboard as the kick's away here. Fielded in the end zone. And Hilliard will elect to not return it.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And their lead has evaporated in this 3rd quarter. It's tied once more as they begin with a 1st and 10. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Harrison Smith. And they will finally put it into the return, but not until he takes it back all the way inside the 10-yard line.
Yeah, he's just trying to throw this ball into the hole in the zone, but those windows can open and close quickly, especially in the middle of the field. So if the timing's not right, we'll see interceptions like that one right there.
They've got 3 tight ends here on 1st and goal to add some extra mass. Now they try the right side here. And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Goal at the Saints' 11-yard line.
Now a handoff as they run left side. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. A great play there. His third touchdown of the game, 10th on the year. And the Falcons have taken the lead. So he's in for his third score of the game, and defense probably saying, man, we don't want to see this guy for a long time.
It's bad enough when anyone scores a touchdown against you, but for one person to get 3, it almost sets him apart from the rest of the game, and no one likes to see any of those players on a pedestal, not from the defensive point of view.
Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. Taken in the end zone. And Hilliard will elect to not return it.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They'll look for a drive to tie this up, down 21-14 as they have it 1st and 10. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. Now it looks like we'll get a timeout as there's a Saints player down here on the field. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. Now a look at the backup, Jordan Love. Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack. Randy Gregory. He's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9.
3rd down. 3rd and 11.
5 men in the secondary now for the Falcons on 3rd down. And now a first chance for the backup here to throw. And the pressure gets to him again.
I think you saw the same thing that I did there, partner. Remember, he's their backup quarterback, so the last thing they need is to lose another one right here on the sack. Looks like he's going to be okay, though.
Yeah, he looked like he was favoring something in the left leg. Appears to be fine now, but you're right. That O-line, they got to protect it. Taken from just outside the 30. Terrific return. 30 yards all in all. And the Falcons are set up well to begin their drive as it'll begin in enemy territory already. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. And they give this time to the tailback. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And good running, going to get this down close to a 1st at the Saints' 26. 7 yards there and a 1st down. Under a minute to go in this 3rd quarter as they come up 1st and 10. And now here's a carry heading left. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
Atlanta, Georgia's the spot, and glad to have you along for the ride. 3rd quarter action, 2nd and 10. Now a handoff looking right. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. No gain that time, and it leaves him with 3rd and 11 coming up.
Leads to 3rd and 11.
On 3rd down, Smith. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. It's a gain of 17, and it also gives him the 1st down.
And 10 yards to go.
quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. So not quite a first and goal. It's first and 10 from the 10. Now a handoff as they run left side. And finding room to work, he's down to the 2-yard line. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's second and 2.
8 yards on the pickup brings up second and 2.
And now here's a carry heading left. And he gets in. Touchdown, Atlanta. Taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Falcons will add on to their lead. And let's not forget he had the receiving touchdown earlier. Now a trio of rushing touchdowns. Quite a performance.
Diversification. That's all you can talk about. His ability to do everything leaves him on the field on every down on offense because you can hand it to him as we've seen. Would you say 3 rushing touchdowns? And, of course, throw it to him where he's caught 1 as well.
He's got it as they double up the lead. This one's now 28-14.
Falcons 28, Saints 14. Dustin Hopkins set to kick off.
Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. Fielded in the end zone. And Hilliard will elect to not return it.
10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him. All right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field in this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But hey, listen, there's going to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game. It's been clear in this matchup which side has been the more physical one. It's been this defense. And here's another example on that last play.
The Saints on third down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. He can run for it, and he will. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The Saints first down there on a gain of 11.
Down, New Orleans.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Love this time is going to set up to throw it. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in.
Love's pass.
And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. On play action. Love to throw. He's going to fire this thing deep right side. Trying to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
They're down 2 scores, and they need a quick one to try and get back into this one. That was one way to try and get it done. Unsuccessful in the attempt, but they have no choice but to keep trying.
The Saints on 3rd down, 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 10. Going back to Love. And that will be incomplete.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on 3rd down.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 12. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. That's now his second interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. I got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with third down now looming.
Brings up 3rd and 1.
The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he's going to get the first down here as he's taken down at the 22. They needed a yard. They got it. First down
at the 22-yard line.
They show run with 3 tight ends here on first down. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he'll get this up over the 25 to the 26.
He was brought down.
Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
On the pickup. 2nd and 6.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. Take this all the way down to the Saints' 37-yard line. That one good for 37 yards.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
And he'll slice his way down to the 30 with a pickup of 7.
Brought down at the
starting to become a tough spot for this defense. You're down 4th quarter, looking a little fatigued maybe on that side of the ball.
Partner, we've seen this before, haven't we? Because every coach we've ever talked to says body language is important. And now you're seeing guys with their hands on their hips, they're bent over, hands on their knees. And the offensive guys are just saying, let's just keep running it out. We've got them now.
They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. So it's Falcon football as we welcome you back. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. Running game working, they'll stick with it on first down. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. Zach Bond there on the tackle. This drive's taken more than 3 minutes off the clock already as they come up on second down.
At the 24-yard line.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. It's so close. He gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there.
Brendan, every great running backs coach I've talked with has always talked about when you have great vision, You're not consciously thinking about your cuts and your moves. You're just doing them. And I think that's what we're seeing tonight. He's about run them into submission, hasn't he?
You took the words right out of my mouth. I was just going to use that phrase. He has run them into submission.
Wave the white flag.
A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. And we'll see if the defense wants to stop it as they take the knee.
The keeper.
He kept it in his hands and tried to push it across the goal line himself, but the defensive front wouldn't allow him to do so, bringing up 2nd down and a bit farther.
Back at the 2 now. Here's 2nd and goal. And they'll take a knee as the clock ticks down toward 50 seconds to go.
Well, that's going to bring up a big call now because he is unable to make the play himself on 2nd down. Now you just have to wonder, will they keep the ball in his hands on 3rd down?
They need to reverse the trend. The last 2 plays have gone backwards. Now it's 3rd and goal. So time runs out. It's a victory for the Atlanta Falcons. And they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half that put this one on ice.
So you get the sense that whatever was said at halftime obviously hit home. I think it's a little bit more than that, though. Obviously, there are words that are said, and, hey, come on, guys, we have to play better. But sometimes it's just sharpening your execution, sharpening your focus, and maybe doing the things you practiced all week without major adjustments, just doing them better. And that got it done in this one.
So for Atlanta, it's an ideal start as they move to 3-0 now on the young season. And they'll get a few extra days to get ready for next week where they take on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Meanwhile, for the Saints, they suffered defeat for the first time as they dropped to 2-1. And they'll try to get back on track next week as they head up to Orchard Park to take on the Buffalo Bills. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.